The Third World Conference on Disaster Risk Reduction converged to review implementation of the Hyogo Framework of Action on Disaster Risk Reduction (HFA) and adopt a new post-2015 disaster framework. The HFA has helped Malawi and other 121 countries to establish disaster-related laws and policies. Speeches marking the opening were delivered by Japan's Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon, and many others. Their speeches focused on ensuring that nations have the capacity to reduce disaster risks, increase investment in DRR, and build back better in times of recovery. Heads of government from different countries, including Zimbabwe and Kenya, delivered moving speeches. Malawi was represented by Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Dr. George Chaponda. In his 10 minutes presentation, Chaponda praised the conference on Malawi disaster situation, thanked countries for support rendered, and asked for more resources to recover.
It was very important for us to be part of this framework because of a number of reasons. First is that it will help us to build resilience. We would be in a better position of doing things in a right manner in dealing with the issues of disaster, such as building the appropriate type of houses in the rural areas as well as in the urban areas.
After 5 days of intense negotiations, Conference President Ms. Eriko Yamatani, who is also Japan Minister of State for Disaster Management, announced the agreement at Sendai International Center amid high speculations that the negotiations had collapsed. Obviously, 187 countries cannot agree on everything, and this is why some countries protested that they did not feel represented in the whole process but held the outcome. Margaret Wonstom, head of the UN Office for Disaster Risk Reduction, said implementation of the Sendai Framework for Disaster Risk Reduction over the next 15 years will require strong commitment and political leadership. The new framework has specific priority areas and global targets to be achieved by 2015, major ones being reduction of deaths, infrastructure damage, economic losses, and increased international cooperation. James Chusiwa, Malawi's director in the Department of Disaster Management Affairs, DODMA, said now it's time to domesticate the document. However, to do this, he says there is need for more resources.
There is need, like for Malawi as a country to start allocating substantial amount of resources towards reducing disaster risks in the country. And I think if when that is done, it is expected that other development partners will come to our assistance.
The conference lacked money commitments, but Japan announced a $4 billion commitment over the next 4 years. Japanese ambassador to Malawi believes Malawi can tap from such resources.
Our Prime Minister also announced, not only specifically, but also that we are continuously supporting all over the Malawi development, and also this kind of disaster risk reduction. And he already committed also that $4 billion next 4 years. Also that we invite about 40,000 training for the specialists of disaster risk reduction management.
The World Conference on Disaster Risk Reduction was attended by over 6,500 people, including 2,800 government representatives from 187 governments. The public forum had 143,000 visitors over the 5 days of the conference, making it one of the largest UN gatherings ever held in Japan. Mathews, Malata, NBC News.